Why is it, according to you, why is it the norm that the ruling party is making the substantial part of the donations? What's the reason for it?
I would not be able to hazard a guess, but the figures show that whoever was ruling party, either in the state or in the center, possibly, this is my
assistance. Gives with an expectation, right?
Yes. I'll just tell your lordships, how the things work. And this is my reply, not government's reply. Yes. This is my assistance to your lordships. Generally, every political party has their programs and policies, etc. They have their working style, which are distinct, and all people, they have confined their arguments to corporations or companies, but they are individuals, contractors, HUF, because HUF is also now a financing entity, etc. They know the working style. They know their business style. That if this party forms the government, it would be beneficial that we'll be able to be comfortable with them because there is less of red tapeism. Somewhere it is more of a red tapeism, etc., etc. What is running in the mind of the donor is not possible. But by and large, they decide based upon their interest. Obviously, they are not doing a charity. Let us be not very idealistic the way they would like your lordships to be while dealing with a very complex problem. Practically, they are also doing their own business and their decisions are business driven, or as we use the expression, it's a market driven. That more powerful the leader, more cadre based the party, more chances of success. I feel that I'll be comfortable while doing my business, less corruption, more corruption. These are the factors based upon which they donate. But the lordships may practically keep one thing in mind. All big donations or big donors, whether individuals or others, trust or companies, etc., they donate to all parties who are relevant to them. The figures differ. And ultimately, I'll be able to show, after showing the history of this, that why black money was used to pay political contribution. This is the bottom line of this scheme, which the government has sought to address.
So, Mehta, what you said can be one reason. The other reason is money circulation by the party themselves.
Money circulation?
By the parties themselves.
The party,
because you don't have to give the details of any donor who is paid less than 20,000 rupees. So any money which is available within the party can be circulated. The unaccounted for money is circulated back into the system.
In this scheme, it is not possible, but maybe. But I don't think the party stands to gain by circulating. But
only thing is, because you have to show on table a particular level of expenses whenever you incur expenses, say in a rally or any other expense, certain expenses have to be shown. The second point which you are raising is relevant. Obviously, these figures are relevant. The second point is these unaccounted or unaccounted for were in the transactions below the figure of 20,000, not in the higher.
Not reported, Balot. I would put it. I can go and give 5 crores, but party may choose not to report.
That is possible. That is possible. But as far as the higher sums above 20,000 were concerned, they were all reported. They were already with details. Their reporting is with details because we saw some charts given to us. Most of the payments were reported. Above 20,000 payments are to be reported. Otherwise, it will be violation of the law.
The bottom line, I'll take your losses further. But the bottom line is this, what was really found? That what is the reason why a person who contributes to a political party chooses the mode of unclean money as payment mode? And your lordships would not immediately agree with me if we go by the practicalities of life. What happens is, suppose one state is going for an election. There are two parties, but they're multi-party, but by and large, there are two parties which go neck to neck. Suppose I am a contractor. I'm not a company or anything. I'm a contractor and I'm supposed to give my political contribution to party A and party B, or party A or party B, as the case may be. But the fear was, if I give by way of accounted money or by clean money, by way of a check, it would be easily identifiable. If I give to party A and party B forms the government, I would be facing victimization and retribution, and vice versa. If I give money to B and party A continues to be in government, then I would be facing retribution or victimization. Therefore, the safest course was to pay by cash so that none of the parties know what I paid to which party. And both parties are happy that I have paid some. So that the payment by cash ensured confidentiality. Both parties would say that one party would be given 100 crores, one party would be given 40 crores, depending upon my assessment of their winnability. But both would not know who is paid what. But sometimes what used to happen is, in my business, I get only clean money or substantial part of the clean money, but practicalities require that I contribute to the political parties. And practicality again requires that I contribute with a degree of confidentiality so that I'm not victimized in future. And therefore, clean money used to be converted into unclean money. White money being converted into black money so that it can be paid according to them anonymously and according to me with confidentiality. And this is disastrous for the economy when white money is converted into black money.
But as the learned Chief Justice yesterday gave an example, quite possible that 100 people may buy bonds at 1 crore rupees each, and somebody may purchase those 100 crores by paying cash.
I wanted to answer that question. But I also examined that question. What your Lordship's query, as I have understood, is that suppose I have 100 crore in cash. Now your Lordships are examining the scheme for the purpose of answering this particular query right now. I'll go into the history thereafter. I have 100 crores. What I will do is, I will give him cash of 10 crores that you deposit this in your account, buy a electoral bond of 10 crores, give it to me. I'll give another 15 crores to my another learned friend, and I will aggregate. Kindly, my lord, see the situation. The moment 10 crore of cash goes in his account, there are checks and balances within the income tax department. He will have to face the investigation. My learned friend will have to face the investigation. I will be involving 10 to 15 more persons to buy 10 to 15 electoral bonds. As against that, it's easier for me even today to go with 100 crores to a political party and say, that take this 100 crore in cash. Why should I involve 10 people as my accomplice?
So the advantage is that the political party will get it in white. There's an advantage for the political party.
I would not risk myself. The reason is this. The moment 10 crore cash goes in his account.
No. Suppose if 100 companies.
Yes.
They purchase it. Let us assume all of them are in profit.
Yes, madam.
They purchase for 1 crore. So they will get a double benefit that they will get income tax exemption for the amount that they have paid on.
Correct.
Yeah. And also if they transfer it to an aggregator, they will get cash also for that.
The difficulty is, my lord, the moment he deposits 10 crores in cash, my lord, the income tax department.
No, I'm not talking about going to deposit 10 crores in cash. Who will ever deposit 10 crores in cash?
Then I'll show the scheme. It has to be deposited if he has to.
No. The problem with the scheme, Mr. Solicitor, it provides for selective anonymity. It's not completely anonymous. It provides selective anonymity.
Confidentiality.
Or selective confidentiality. Yes. The State Bank of India, it's not confidential with the State Bank of India. One, it's not confidential with the law enforcement agencies. So a large donor would never take the risk of buying the electoral bond for the purpose of tendering it to the political party. All that the large donor has to do is to disaggregate the donation, get people who will purchase electoral bonds with small amounts which will be then purchased through the official banking channels, not through cash. If you have to
provided they have 10 crores. So I will have to find out 10 people who are having 10 crores and who are ready to risk that. But I need not tell you a lot.
What will really happen is this. A large donor will never put his or her head on the line by being in the books of account of the State Bank of India of having purchased.
They are doing it.
He won't do it for the opposition party, he'll do it for the ruling party.
There is no.
So,
Please.
Mr. Bhushan, they did not
Please, Mr.
interrupt you.
Bhushan.
Yeah.
Please, Mr. Bhushan.
so what would really happen is this, and that this is what the scheme is capable of, because it's selective anonymity,
Lord,
selective confidentiality.
My lord, I need not tell your lordships, my lord. A possible or potential abuse may not perhaps be the ground, but let me explain the entire scheme to your lordships. In a given...
Second, Mr. Solicitor, your argument that, look, if you were to strike down this scheme, you will go to a situation which had existed prior.
Look, can I...
I'll just you can deal with it in your own course. That would not be valid in itself for the reason that we are not precluding the government from coming out with a transparent scheme or a scheme which has a level playing field. The purpose of ensuring that electoral funding relies less and less on the cash component and more on the accountable component. It's of course it's work in progress. We are completely with you. There's no difficulty. We are completely with you that this is a problem which democratic societies are grappling with. But the point is not that, it's not an all or nothing approach. The problem with the scheme lies is if it doesn't provide a level playing field to political parties, and B, if it suffers from opacity, as the argument for the other side is. This is not to prevent the legislature or the executive from coming out with a scheme which deals with these deficiencies.
Confidentiality goes.
No, it may be that the confidential, we are not saying what it should be. That's no part of our function.
That's not.
That's not a part of our function. But, and two very important things. Maybe the earlier scheme failed. Maybe it didn't get you as much of white money into the electoral funding as you would otherwise have liked to do. But look at the safeguards in the scheme, in the earlier provisions. A cap on how much of your net profits you can contribute. One.
I have an answer to that.
Two, a disclosure within your own accounts and therefore to your shareholders that this is the political party to whom we are contributing. What we are now doing is that in the effort to bring in white money into the electoral process,
yes,
essentially we are providing for an information hole.